Hey guys, how's it going? So today, like I said last week, I'm going to be doing a question and answer video, and I've got a few questions here. First question. Someone told me they had troubles getting their teen to open up to them when they were younger, and she wasn't able to open up to her parents until she was around the age of 18, 19, the same age as me. So they asked me what would help young teens to open up. Honestly, I mean, it's just on their own time. Like, even if you were to push them to open up to you, I feel like that wouldn't really work, because then they would close off more. Because young teens usually don't like to talk to their parents about things unless they really feel like they want to. It's kind of like their own decision to open up, I guess. And then another question they asked, what would have helped me at the time? Honestly, I don't think anything. Like, I would open up to my parents when I wanted to. Like, if they came to me and asked me stuff, I probably wouldn't answer them because I just feel like they're pushing for it, kind of thing. So I just feel like you just open up when you're ready. Like, it just happens. Like, nothing can help, nothing really. Like, I mean, honestly, if your parents are being supportive and whatnot, like, yeah, that's gonna give them a better chance to open up to them. But otherwise, it's really on the teen's own terms to come to their parents about things. And then they asked, does cutting help or add shame to the mix? So I would say, at the time, it helps me. It helped me, like, just release my emotions. But of course, it's gonna add shame to the mix. I mean, that was my biggest worry. I didn't really worry too much about what they would think when I told them I was transgender, because I knew they would be supportive, because I do have family members in the LGBTQ, so I didn't have a problem with that. I just had a problem with the whole cutting thing, because I thought my mom would just be upset or think it's her fault, which she did think it was her fault, which it definitely wasn't her fault in any way. So yeah, it definitely added shame to the mix. Okay, another question. Some people think transgendered people are gay. How do I respond to that? I don't think they are. I mean, I'm straight. I consider myself straight. I like girls. I'm a guy. I'm straight. I think gay would be either guy liking a guy or a lesbian girl liking a girl, and I don't see myself as gay or lesbian or even bi. As a matter of fact, I don't see myself as any of those. I just see myself as straight, just a normal guy going through his life, like, just with a problem. Like, it's gender dysphoria. Like, it's real and it happens, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm straight. That's all I can say about that. Is like, here's another question. It says, do you have to be 18 before you are legally able to take responsibility for the surgery? I probably should have looked into this, but I think that's right. You have to be 18 before you get your surgeries, because I just feel like I've read things about younger kids who want to go on to hormones when they're like 8 or 9, and I just feel like that's way too young. Because when I was 8 or 9, I had no clue who I was. I had no clue what I was doing with my life. I could definitely not make the decision when I was that young to be sterile and not be able to have my own kids. I feel like now that I am 18, that I could think it over and be like, yes, I do want to have these hormones, and I do want to go through these surgeries because that's who I want to be, and I'd rather have my own life and be myself than have a child. Definitely, I feel like you have to be 18, and I mean, some places do give like those 8 and 9-year-olds hormone blockers, and I just feel like they shouldn't. That's my opinion. When I was that age, I thought sex changes were, they just cut it off, a guy or whatever, and then they just sew it on the girl, and then they're ready to go, and that's it. That's sex change done, and I thought you could do it at any time, but when you actually look into it, it takes this whole process that I'm going through. So yeah, definitely at that age, I would not have been able to make the decision to be sterile. And yeah, is there a way for a person to deal with being transgender that doesn't involve a lot of soul searching and unhappiness? My own opinion, I don't think there is a way. You definitely do have to do a lot of soul searching and figure out who you are, because before you hit puberty, you just don't know anything about your life. Like those little grade 8s or whatever that are like 12 years old, running around thinking they know everything, thinking they know who they want to be when they're older. A lot of that changes when you get to be the age of 17 or 18, and you truly do figure out who you want to be. And I think everybody has to do soul searching. You never really know what you want to do with yourself, where you want to be in life. So I feel like there isn't a way to go through this without doing a lot of soul searching. And the unhappiness part, I mean, you can't like really be happy going through that, because it's a really hard thing being in the wrong body, being treated as a girl when you feel like a guy, or being treated as a guy when you feel like a girl. It's a lot of pain to go through. So I feel like it's really hard to be fully happy. Like, I mean, if you're out, yeah, you're obviously gonna feel happier because people are now treating you as the proper gender, but still you're gonna feel unhappy because you don't have the right body parts, you don't have testosterone in your body or anything. So I feel like it'd be really hard to be happy while transitioning. I feel like you can be happy, but I don't think you're fully happy. Obviously, there's gonna be rough times throughout it. So yeah. And then just a plain and simple question: have I found any support groups? Personally, I don't like going to support groups. Like, I've heard of some, like people have told me of other support groups, but I just feel like I have a lot of support on my own, and I don't really need a support group. I mean, it'd be cool to know more transgender guys. I feel like it'd be cool to know someone my own age, who's going through it. I really want to have a friend kind of thing, I want to say a best friend who's going through it, because everybody has a best friend who really understands them. And I do have a lot of good friends who are really supportive, but they don't fully understand exactly what I've been through or what I'm going through. So it'd be nice to have a transgendered best friend. I mean, I feel like we'd get along very well, and like we could talk about things, like, I don't know, be support for each other. But that's how I feel about support groups. But yeah, that's that. And then another question: since I live in a small town, like, I think it has around 1,700 people, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But the question is it easier or harder to change in a small town? Well, for me, in this small town, I feel like it was easy because everybody knows me, everybody knows my family, so I feel like everybody was really supportive of it when everybody found out, because in a small town, it's really hard to keep secrets. Like, impossible. I mean, you could not tell a single person and they'll know. It's just ridiculous like that. But it really can go either way for living in a small town. I mean, it really depends on the town and where you live and, like, how long you've known the people, I feel like. And just, yeah. So that's my kind of thing, my thought on changing in a small town. Another question here. Am I as happy as I seem to be? Well, I'd say yes and no. Like, I am happy with where I am right now, but at the same time, I do have breakdowns, I'm not gonna lie. When I look in the mirror and I see the body that I have, and I want my surgery. Yeah, I am happy, but at the same time, I'm obviously gonna have those breakdowns where I do get upset and do cry. Like, I mean, couple of weeks ago, I got really, really angry with my body and the way it looks, and I was so mad, and I can't do anything about it. You just have to wait and deal with it, and whatever, I know. That's my thought on that. But anyways, next question. Do I think actually beginning the process has made me feel more positive about my life in general? Of course it has. I mean, testosterone in my body, voice changing, hair on my face. I mean, if you didn't see my video from the weekend, go watch it. I shaved for my first time, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, muscle growth. I mean, since I started this process, yeah, I feel like I do have a more positive look on life, and I feel like with time I will be there and be that person I want to be, obviously. And yeah, that's that for that. Next question. So here's this one. How am I adapting to the changes in my body? Do I feel like working out more, feeling more athletic or strong, and how's my appetite? I think I'm adapting pretty good with it because obviously this is always what I've wanted. Do I feel like working out more? Of course I do. I feel like I always want to work out and just gain muscle and just get jacked and have those gains. But yeah, I definitely feel like I want to work out more. Do I feel more athletic or strong? Not so much more athletic. I mean, I have been pretty athletic throughout my whole life, playing soccer, hockey, biking, skateboarding, all of those things, but I do feel stronger because my muscles are obviously getting bigger. I feel like I could take you on. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're a big guy and you're watching this, let's fight. Let's do it. Just kidding. No, I'm not a fighter. How's my appetite? Oh my god, I want to eat everything. Okay, this is always my comparison. If you're a girl and you've had your period before, obviously, if you're older than that age, you eat on your period. Like, you always want food. You want food. You just are always craving food, and you want chocolate, and you want all those greasy foods. And so, think of that, but 24/7. And not just because you want to eat, because you're hungry all the time. Because you're never full. So, if you're transgender and you haven't been on testosterone yet, I recommend when you do get on testosterone, eat lots of foods high in protein and stay away from like junk food because that stuff ain't gonna fill you up. I mean, I do eat junk food and I try my best not to, but it's really hard when I have it in my house. But yeah, stay away from it. Go for foods high in protein. Go for vegetables and fruits and things like that because you'll definitely feel more full if you eat foods like that. So yeah, that's now, of course, I want to read a quote from Demi, written on January 14th. So here we go. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Written by J.K. Rowling, that's the quote. And then this is what Demi has to say. Each and every one of us has a different beginning to our story. Our lives all start in different places. But when we dedicate our hearts and minds to what we are most passionate about, there's no stopping us. Reward and success are measured by how much you try and how much you receive. So, I definitely, yes, that quote relates to us because, or me, because it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. It doesn't matter when I'm born. I was born in a girl's body, and I'm growing into my body and realized that it's not the right body and that I want to be a guy, and that is how I feel inside. So, yes, that quote is really relating. I mean, you can start wherever you want when you're born. You start in a place. But as you grow older, obviously you're going to change and things are going to be different for you. So don't expect someone that you know is younger to grow to be what you want them to be. I mean, if you're a parent, always be open-minded to what they may feel like when they're older or anything like that. And so here's the goal that she gives us. Be proud of who you are and where you came from. Look forward to wherever it is you're going and who it is you want to be. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week, I guess. Thanks for watching.